Welcome, art enthusiasts, to another artweb podcast where we explore the fascinating world of contemporary art in Zimbabwe and the inspiring journeys of emerging artists. I'm your host, Richard Mudariki, and today we have yet another special guest joining us. Tawanda Takura, a self-taught Zimbabwean artist, has recently been awarded the prestigious Cassier Welz Prize. Known for his innovative use of found objects, particularly old shoes, Tawanda's work comments on socio-political issues and critiques the practices of charismatic churches. His unique approach has garnered attention and acclaim, leading him to participate in various notable exhibitions and residencies. As part of his prize, Tawanda will be embarking on a 3-month residency at the Back Factory Artist Studio in Johannesburg, where he will have the opportunity to work alongside other talented artists and further develop his practice. This residency culminates into a solo exhibition that promises to showcase some of his most compelling work to date. Today, we dive into Tawanda's journey as an artist, exploring his inspiration behind his thought-provoking sculptures and learn more about plans for the future. So, Tawanda, welcome to the show. Let's start from the beginning. Can you tell us about your journey as a self-taught artist and how you discovered your passion for found objects?
Tawanda, thank you for your time today. Can you please tell us a bit about your journey as a self-taught artist and a bit of how you discovered your passion for found object sculptures?
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you for your time as well. So, my journey as an artist, I began as a shoemaker, of which I'm self-taught. So, I would create shoes. To sell in my community, and after they were past their prime, I would go around the community and salvage them. And at one time, I used to have heaps and heaps of shoes at the backyard of my house. So, because I didn't go to art school or to designing school, I had to create a way. I had to find a narrative to salvage that energy and money that I put in those things in order to discover how to create a show. So what happened was I started seeing shapes in those shoes, playing around with shapes and trying to discover what else can become of those shoes. I guess I had built a sentimental value to those things. So yeah, I started putting shoes together, one shoe on top of the other, and the next thing is, I started seeing shapes, maybe the shape of a goat, the goat head, or, I started seeing a lot of animal-like figures in those shoes. So that's when I started creating and following the path of being an artist.
That's such a wonderful discovery for you. Because that was one of my questions, was to ask you what attracted you to using old shoes as a means of expression. So I totally understand you talking about shapes and most probably the textures as well of some of the shoes and the different colors.
Oh yeah, so in the course of this journey, I began to realize that a shoe is not only just a shoe, but it's a vessel that carries our biographies. Because at the end of the day, you're going to sweat in them, your skin is going to exfoliate. So they become an extension of your body, an extension of yourself. So when I deal with a shoe, I'm dealing with a lot of aspects that connects to us. Because when I'm assembling the shoe and creating sculptures, it feels as though I'm dealing with the present, absent body of a person who ever used to wear them. So it's easier to manipulate a shoe than to manipulate a person. So that is how I kind of play around with the ideas of using shoes to create sculptures. And also the shoe itself, it carries a lot of meaning. Hence, the forensic guys, when they look for you, they look at your print, the shoe that you're wearing. So we are very connected to shoes, and the textures themselves and the aesthetic of the shoes, they play a very important role in how I narrate my stories, because how the shoe looks already, it defines a certain time or age, or how, uh, what transpired within the show. You can actually tell a person that this person was struggling, or this person comes from a good family with uncomfortable background and stuff. So those are some of the things that I find in working with shows, and that's interesting.
No, indeed, that's definitely fascinating that you could come up with sort of these themes and ideas just from these objects. So, Tawanda, again, I want to say congratulations on winning the Cassier Pulitzer Prize. How do you feel about this recognition? And what does it mean for your career?
It's interesting. The journey of being an artist is a difficult one. It's not easy, especially when you're trying to find your way. Sometimes it's difficult to get noticed, and so when you get such a recognition, it gives you this. It feels like you are being rejuvenated. You're giving another energy to keep going.
Indeed.
And yes, I'm excited as well, because this year I think it started with a good note, because I also won the NAMA Award for this year in Zim. So having to have another award from South Africa, the Cassier Welz Award, it's very important. Yeah. So it's really something that it's contributing a lot to my to my presence in the art world. And I think with having this Cassier Welz Award, that's the opportunity I've been looking for. And funny, because when the year started, remember, I was looking for a show outside Zimbabwe. Yeah. I remember talking to you about that.
Definitely, I remember we having that conversation.
Yes, and this happened. So it's a prayer answered, because they've given me a solo exhibition at the Bed Factory. So I'm really looking forward to kick-ass.
Amazing, amazing. and you should do so. Kick up your weight. Now, leads to me to my next question. Actually, what will be your expectations for your upcoming residency at the Bed Factory? So, like, are there any specific projects or ideas that you plan to pursue whilst you're at Joburg? Maybe the different type of shoes or material objects that you find in that city.
I'm currently, like, the project that I presented to the Strauss and Co. in Joburg Fair. The project was they gave us the room to improve or to change the project that one is to work on once they won the award. So I'm rethinking what I'm going to work on, but it has to do with my heritage, my background. So and I think sorry.
No, you can go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, you can go ahead, Tawanda.
Yeah. I'm looking forward, especially to connect to the South African, market and other artists in South Africa. I really want to connect and absorb as much as I can before I come back to Zim.
Indeed.
So it'll be very, very, it'll be a prayer answer, if I can say, if I could, have that opportunity to connect with people. Yes, I'll be working as well, but I'll also have some time to myself to visit other artists. Like, I'm looking forward to meet, especially, artists are really doing well in South Africa. Maybe they can show me some pointers and what to and what not to. And also visit galleries, having conversations with them, because, I'm in that space where I'm looking for a gallery to work for. Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm really, I'm looking forward for a lucrative and an interesting journey over there.
Fantastic. I think, as you know, South Africa has one of the mature markets on the continent. And I think these opportunities are the ones that open those doors for you to, as you're saying, you're looking for representation in a gallery.
Yeah.
And such recognition sort of put you also out there for people to see and appreciate your work.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
So I wanted to just have the final few questions on a little bit of your exhibitions that you have done before. I know you worked with Village Uno at some point and some other galleries. You were at the Cape Town Art Fair represented by Village Uno and had some work shown at the Nerox Winter Exhibition as well.
Yeah.
How do you approach preparing for such exhibitions or shows?
It starts with just even like the idea and the goal, just to say, but this year I just want to achieve this. I just want to do this and this. And the process of preparing for a show now is a whole different. It's a whole different story.
Would this be the first solo show that you would have done?
No, it's actually the second. My first one was at the National Gallery last year.
I see.
Yeah. So, usually I prefer working under pressure. Pressure gives me this, adrenaline.
Exactly.
Like the constant creativity. It sort of flows, rather than when you're relaxed. I feel like when I'm relaxed, I'm not doing to the utmost of my capacity. So when I work with pressure, it sort of rejuvenates me as well. Like you're on cocaine or something. Like even working like with preparing a show. My friend usually is the sketchbook. So when working with preparing for a show, a sketchbook, it always starts with the drawings and finding the right materials on how to execute the message that I'm trying to portray. And man, I don't really know how to answer this, but
you answered it quite perfectly, and I agree with you. I think a sketchbook allows you to plan. So you're planning your ideas, you're documenting your ideas that will later manifest into these amazing artworks. So I think that's the processes of many artists, including myself. When I have ideas, the best way is to capture it first when it comes in your head, and usually in a sketchbook. So I'm glad that you mentioned the idea of a sketchbook. And pressure is a good thing as well, because it allows.
So what happens in the? Hello.
Yes, I say that again.
Yeah. So what happens in the process now of creating? Somehow the idea takes its own shape, and the original one in the sketchbook, it somehow ceases to exist, and this idea sort of drives itself and. Yeah, so what's on the sketchbook becomes different from the actual product that comes after. So it's interesting also to see how the narrative of the show and my narrative can intertwine and see the outcome of the product. So after times I'm even amazed or surprised myself.
That's good.
I'm the first one to be surprised.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the process of creating. So yeah.
Tawanda, thank you so much for your time. Before we go, we want just to get your advice on what you could give emerging young Zimbabwean artists who are self-taught and who are looking to make a name for themselves in the art world in Zimbabwe and in the region and internationally.
It's funny because I also need advice myself.
From the experience so far, what would you say to someone who's coming to you for the first time? Say, can you give advice from your experience?
Okay, so you know what? I'm coming from a space where everything has been thrown at you, and everything around you tells you, no, you can't do this. You cannot excel. You cannot reach your goals. Everything is just saying no, you see. And I think perseverance and, just knowing what you want in life, keep pushing, keep going. I think those are the things that have propelled me to even actually stand on my own 2 feet and say, look, I'm my own artist. Let me do what I believe and let me create what I feel this is what I should be creating, not to create another narrative from someone else. So I think just perseverance and staying true to yourself and being humble. I think that's the best thing one can do. Even if it's not art, even anyway, in all walks of life. So I think, one has to just be themselves and, reach the just targets, aim and shoot. I think that's what I can say.
Wonderful, Tawanda. Thank you so much. And once again, congratulations on winning the Cassier Welz Award, as well as the NAMA Award earlier on. So we're very proud of your work and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.